All right, everyone, and welcome into today's live practice. This practice is going to be a combination. We're going to start with some Vinyasa flow, and then we're going to shift into some Yin yoga, followed by some restorative yoga for a truly holistic and complete practice. My suggestion is that you have at least one yoga block, and if you have it available, a yoga bolster, or you can even just grab a pillow from your bed. If you don't have access to a bolster or a pillow, no worries. You're gonna be able to substitute the block instead. So today, as you settle and arrive, if you feel inspired to drop into the comments and just share where it is you're practicing from around the world today. That's often a really beautiful way to connect and to further build this community. You might also drop a word into the chat about your intention. That just might be a single word that you're bringing with you to your practice today, that you're wanting to bring forward and cultivate. So if you feel inspired to do that, you might drop that information in there as we connect, first outwardly, and then we make this shift to connect inwardly as we put the technology aside and the outer world aside and begin this inner journey of yoga. And so we're going to start standing at the top of the mat. And so come to a standing position that feels really stable for you. And I want to encourage this experience of a felt sense of stability in your body. So that might mean having the feet a little bit wider than usual, about sitting bone distance. And then from that place, you might feel inspired to draw the hands together at the space of the heart. And if something else feels more comfortable, like having the hands on the body or simply down by the sides, finding a place for you where you can begin your practice by taking a stand. And then as you place the body in that specific way, allow the eyes to maybe close. You might even shift the gaze down and out a few feet if closing the eyes wasn't the right place for you. And taking this first step within yourself. In yoga, this is what is referred to as ekagrata, becoming singularly focused. It's the stage in yoga known as dharana. And so you begin that by placing your attention, becoming aware of the places where the body is making contact with the floor, the physical earth, the mat beneath you, and from those points of contact, drawing into yourself a sense of being right here. And then begin to deepen the breath the way that you know how. And really asking yourself this question of what is essential? And then anything that falls outside of what is essential, you can just set aside for this time that you've carved out to practice today. There's been a lot going on in the world. And so really allowing this practice to be a space of belonging, a space of refuge, and a time that is medicinal for you in the way that you attend to yourself, the quality of your breath, and your intentionality. And so from this place, we'll just start to flow a little bit, bringing breath in connection to movement. So join the hands together at the heart in the gesture of Anjali if they weren't already there. And then on an inhale, circle the arms to the sky, take a deep breath in, reach up, maybe gaze up. And as you exhale, bring the thumbs, the backs of the thumbs to the forehead, the space of the third eye, and then down to the space of the heart. Then circle the arms back up to the sky. Take a deep inhale. Imagine you could grow taller up and out of the side body. And then forward fold as you exhale. And if things are feeling a little bit tight at the start of practice, go ahead and let the knees bend as the head hangs. Then slip the hands to the shins. Now maybe straighten the legs. On an inhale, find your version of a flat back along the spine. Then exhale, plant the hands, step back to the top of a push-up plank position, your first one here today. Thighs driving to the sky, heart drawing toward the top of the mat, and then your attention really narrowed to these four corners of the mat, the place where your body is touching the earth and the movement of your breath. Letting that be enough, letting that be essential today. Take one last inhale and plank. Then as you exhale, shift forward onto the toes, start to bend the elbows and lower the whole body down onto the mat slow as you release the tops of the feet to the earth. Then baby cobra on an inhale as the elbows hug in and the shoulders wrap back. Exhale, heart, chest, and chin lower to the earth on the out breath. On an inhale, tuck the toes, press back up to plank. And then exhale, shift your way back into our first downward facing dog today. And we're gonna be here for several breaths. And so you might bicycle the legs, just again, continuing to step into the body. And eventually, in your own time, finding a little bit of stillness in your downward facing dog as you lift the sitting bones to the sky. You actively press the earth away. And then again, whether the eyes are opened or closed, can there be a quality of stillness to the eyes, really helping to harness your attention, that it's time to step into what's necessary. On an inhale, press the heart, the chest back. As you exhale, gaze forward, bend the knees, step the feet up to the top of the mat. They could be side by side, or you could keep them sitting bone distance today. Hands to shins, inhale, lengthen spine and back. Then exhale as you fold. Press the breath out, maybe hang the head. Rise to the sky, inhale, circle the arms above to stand. And as you exhale, trace that center line, backs of the thumbs to the forehead, the third eye, and then down to the heart again. And we're gonna link this one breath at a time for a few flows. Inhale, circle the arms. Let's start to find that rhythmic moving meditation. Forward fold, exhale, dive down and empty the breath. Flat back inhale, making space, taking up space. Exhale, planting the hands, stepping back to plank, and this time on the same out breath, lower slow. Your choice. On an inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And then exhale, shift back, downward facing dog. Couple of moments in downward facing dog. Align the physical body. Heels hidden out of sight behind the second and third toes. Sitting bones rising to the sky. Prioritizing the length of the spine, so maybe again the knees have a bend, especially if the back body is tight. As the fingers spread, the eyes settle, and you continue to draw the breath in and out through the nose, along the back of the throat, the sound of ujjayi really creating the music of your practice. Inhale, press the heart, the chest back. Exhale as you gaze forward, step or float, top of the mat. Flat back on an inhale, gazing out halfway. Forward fold, exhale, bowing back in on yourself today. Rise to the sky, inhale as you sweep to stand. Exhale, thumbs to forehead and back down to the heart center again. Inhale, arms rise, grounding through the feet, toes soft and spreading, unclenched. And then exhale, forward fold as you bow all the way down and back in. Inhale, growing long through the sides of the body. Exhale, planting the hands, stepping back. Keep pressing breath out as you lower slow toward the mat. Inhale, cobra or up dog, finding your back bend. And then exhale, shift back for downward facing dog as we set up to just flow through this one more time before we move on. So really laying the foundation today. Remembering that in this practice, in any yoga practice you are in with any teacher, there is no leaderboard. And so there's nothing outside of yourself to assess toward, no mind of comparison. I really love the reminder from Dr. Eileen Ellen Hendrickson, who says that comparison is really just a lack of information. And so just staying with yourself and your own embodied experience, let's move through this one more time and just see how attentive you can be to linking breath to movement. Inhale, press the hips up and back. Exhale, gaze forward, bend the knees, step the feet up so that you land in a forward fold at the top of the mat. Then inhale to fill the lungs, find your version of a flat back. Exhale, forward fold, press all the breath out as you bow back down and in. Inhale carries you all the way up to the sky as the arms reach up and overhead. Exhale, thumbs graze forehead, and then back down to the heart center, linking head to heart. Inhale, circle the arms up, reach up, taking refuge in the body, refuge in this moment. Then exhale, forward fold, cascading down, pressing out breath, emptying out. Flat back inhale, fill the lungs to help create space. Then exhale, plant the hands, step back, keep pressing the breath out as the elbows bend and you hover above the mat. Inhale, rise into your back bend, so personal, so tender. And exhale, shift your way back into downward facing dog. And as you pause in downward facing dog, we're gonna start to move on. So on an inhale, lift your right leg up about the height of your right hip. And then start to turn your 5 right toes to the right. Lift your right leg a little bit higher. And as you exhale, stack your right hip on top of your left by bending your right knee. And then you could stay here, especially if your left shoulder is tender or you're dealing with any kind of injury. Otherwise, go ahead and flip your dog out, but we're gonna land in an upward facing tabletop pose. So left knee is gonna bend, right knee is gonna bend. As you exhale, sink your hips down toward the floor, pull your right elbow to your chest, and then inhale, lift the hips and sweep the right arm up and over the head. So you're in a upward facing tabletop pose. As you exhale, start to spin onto the left toes, place your right hand down onto the mat, and inhale your right leg all the way up and back to 3-legged downward facing dog. As you exhale, right knee to your nose, roll your shoulders over your wrists. Then inhale, right leg all the way back up to the sky. As you exhale, step your right foot through between your hands, stay on your back toes, and on an inhale, rise up into crescent pose. So the front knee is bent. You're on the back left toes, feeling an embodied sense of stability. So put your attention into the places in the body that you feel grounded, and just helping to bring those qualities into your somatic experience. Big inhale here in crescent. And as you exhale, step your left foot up to meet your right. So you land in chair, lay your chest on your thighs, and sweep your arms back by your sides. Then on an inhale, step the left toes to the back of the mat, rise back up to crescent pose, big inhale. And exhale, turn to the right, left arm forward, right arm behind you for a wide arm twist variation of crescent. Let's reverse it here on an inhale, right hand toward the back left thigh or the low back. Left arm up to the sky as you roll the shoulders down and back. Take an inhale as you lean back. And then exhale back through that wide arm twist. Left arm forward, right arm behind. On an inhale, lean forward as if you're trying to reach the left fingertips beyond the top of your mat. And then exhale, pull the torso back through center. Heart forward, inhale, both arms to the sky, full crescent pose facing ahead. Then exhale, chest to right thigh, arms by the sides, sweep back. Rise up, inhale, crescent pose, and then elbows to ribs, tongue out, let it go. On an inhale, crescent pose, both arms reach and rise. Exhale, plant the hands down, step back to upper push-up, and through the vinyasa to descend. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog as we move through the setup round on the left side. So really taking it slow to start. On an inhale, lift your left leg up about the height of your left hip. As you exhale, start to turn your 5 left toes to the left, lift your leg a little higher, and then bend your left knee, stacking your left hip on top of your right. You could stay here because we will come back to meet you, so this is always a good place for you to be. Otherwise, if the right shoulder's healthy, flip it all the way over, landing in upward facing tabletop pose. So both knees are bent. Hover the hips to the floor, left elbow to the chest as you exhale. And then inhale, lift the hips, sweep the left arm up and over the head. So opening the front body, strengthening the right hand. Then as you exhale, start to spin back onto the right toes, plant the left hand, reach the left leg up to the sky, 3-leg downward facing dog on your inhale. Then exhale, left knee to nose, thigh to chest. See if you can really dome and round the shoulder blades past the wrists. Inhale, left leg all the way back up to the sky. Exhale, lightly step the left foot through between the hands and on back toes. Rise up into crescent pose. And just feel yourself finding one place for your eyes, that embodied sense of dharana, focus and concentration. That the greatest refuge you can take is right here in this present moment. Letting life be as it is outside of you, in the rest of the world. And right now, this is the one thing that you can attend to fully. And how much courage it takes just to do this one thing. Take an inhale, reach up. Step to chair as you exhale, chest to thighs, arms by the sides, sweep back, sinking those hips low. And then stay down low, reach the right toes back, and inhale, rise up, crescent pose, balancing on those back right toes. Take an inhale at the top. As you exhale, twist to the left. Right arm forward, left arm behind you, arms widen and spread. Right arm's gonna circle up and back on an inhale. Maybe your left hand touches your back right thigh. It's fine if it comes to the low back. Lift the heart, reach back, take a big inhale. And then exhale back into that wide arm twist. Right arm forward, left arm behind. Then one time, inhale, lean forward, reach the right hand ahead. Exhale, come back up through the wide arm twist. Then face forward, inhale, full crescent pose. Chest to thigh as you exhale, sweep the arms back. Inhale, rise back up to crescent, tongue out, elbows in, let it rip. Inhale, circle the arms up to the sky. Exhale, plant the hands down, step back to plank, lower slow and steady, embodied strength. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing, and let's just start to flow this. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, stack and open the hip. Inhale, flip it out into upward facing tabletop. Exhale, sink the hips down, pull the right elbow to the chest. Inhale, lift the hips, reach the right arm overhead. Exhale, plant the right hand down, right leg to the sky, up and back. Knee to nose, thigh to chest, one time on the out breath. Inhale, 3-leg down dog, right leg floats back. Exhale, right foot steps through top of the mat. Rise up, inhale, crescent pose. As you exhale, step to chair and sweep the arms by the sides. Step the left toes back. Inhale, crescent pose to rise. Exhale, turn to the right and sweep the arms out wide. Inhale, pull the left arm up and overhead to reverse back. Exhale through the wide arm twist, then lean forward with the left arm on an in-breath. Exhale as you come back up through the center. Crescent pose to face forward on the inhale. Chest down, exhale, reach the arms back behind. Rise up, reach to the sky. Tongue out, elbows in, exhale, lion's breath. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back and descend. Inhale, up dog or cobra in a flow. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg floats. Exhale, stack and open the hip. Inhale, flip to upward facing tabletop. Exhale, sink the hips, elbow to the chest. Inhale, lift the hips, top arm up and overhead. Exhale, left hand down. Inhale, left leg to the sky, up and back. Exhale, knee to nose, thigh to chest. Inhale, three leg down dog, reach back. Exhale, left foot floats between hands. Inhale, rise up to crescent. Exhale, step to chair and sweep the arms back. Right toes back. Inhale, crescent pose, you rise. Exhale, twist it to the left side. Inhale, pull your right arm up and overhead. Exhale, respread the arms. Inhale, right arm forward, lean ahead. Exhale, pull the torso back to center. Crescent pose, inhale, reach up. Exhale, chest down, arms by the side, sweep. Inhale, crescent as you flow above. Tongue out, elbows in. Inhale, both arms to the sky. Exhale, plant the hands down, step back and lower slow with control. Inhale as you flow into your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. We keep going. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, stack and open the hip. Inhale, flip to upward facing tabletop. Exhale, right elbow pulls to the chest. Inhale, lift the hips and right arm overhead. Exhale, right hand down and right leg to the sky. Knee to nose, thigh to chest. Inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, right foot steps forward, on back toes, inhale, rise. Exhale to chairs, arms sweep behind. Inhale, left toes back, rise to crescent. Exhale, left arm forward and right arm back to twist. Reverse your warrior on that in-breath. Back through your right arm twist. Reach your left arm forward, inhale. Torso back to center, exhale. Full crescent pose, face forward, inhale. Chest down, arms back, exhale. Rise up, inhale. Lion's breath, exhale. Inhale, arms reach above. Exhale, hands down, step back and lower slow. Inhale, shoulders roll back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Last time, inhale, left leg up. Exhale, stack and open the hip. Inhale, flip to upward facing table. Exhale, elbow pulls to the chest. Inhale, lift the hips and sweep the top arm above. Exhale, plant the left hand down. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, thigh to chest. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, float it through for a final time. Inhale, crescent pose. Exhale, step to chair and sweep back. Inhale, right toes back and heart lifts. Exhale, right arm forward, left arm behind, twist. Inhale, right arm circles up and back. Exhale, respread the arms. Inhale, lean out one time. Exhale, pull yourself back. Crescent pose, inhale, chest squares ahead. Exhale, chest down, arms back, you flow. Inhale, rise up. Tongue out, elbows to ribs. Inhale, both arms sweep high. Exhale, plant the hands, step back and lower slow, connecting body, breath, and mind. Inhale, heart spreading wide. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pause in downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, look forward, step the feet up, glance out halfway on an inhale. Forward fold as you exhale. Rise to the sky as you inhale. Pull your hands to your heart. Shift your weight into your left foot and then draw the sole of your right foot into your version of tree. So maybe for you, that's your inner left thigh. Maybe for you, that's toes on the floor today. And then after flowing in that way continuously, one breath per movement, can you pendulate your attention? So you move from being kind of overstimulated, your heart rate rising, the pace of your breath rising, and then you come into tree and you know how to settle yourself. And it's in this way that your yoga practice builds what's called your adaptive range or your window of tolerance. It's how you grow resilient. Take an inhale. As you exhale, slide your right foot down to meet your left. Drop your arms by your sides. Close your eyes and get completely still. Take a breath. And just see what you're capable of. This container of your life, this container of your body is capable of feeling a lot and equally capable of regulating itself again. Shift your weight into your right foot, bring the sole of your left foot to your inner right thigh, calf, or toes on the earth. Last standing pose of the day, hands maybe come to the heart or you have a different variation. And you can just see that your body knows how to do these things. It knows how to be with challenge and intensity and not get overwhelmed. And it knows how to witness and watch the leveling out of that intensity and really appreciating what brings you back into feeling settled and grounded, pleasant, connected. Take one last inhale. As you exhale, lower the left foot down to meet the right, arms by the sides. Just one last time. Let yourself be with everything the body is experiencing, softening the tension of attention, and simply witnessing. One final time today, inhale, circle the arms above. And exhale, bow all the way out and down. Inhale, glance your way out. And then as you exhale, step your way to downward facing dog. Take an inhale in your last down dog of the day. And as you exhale, lower your knees down to the mat. Drop your hips off to the left. And then bring your left shin parallel to the top of the mat. So it kind of looks like what in yin yoga they refer to as deer pose. Your right knee is still bent, your right foot back behind you. You can stay like this, or depending on your left knee, you could cradle the top of the left foot to the top of the right thigh. It's an option, it's not necessary. The left hand can come behind you, or it can even bind behind the back and catch the left foot. And then your right hand coming to the outer left knee. So if you're not taking the bind, the foot stays on the floor, the right hand's outside the left knee, the left hand's behind the low back, and you're just taking a really sweet seated twist in either variation. As we just start to shift into the yin part of our practice, maybe now letting the eyes close as you start to slow your breath. And so pulling your breath down into the sides of the body, the lower lobes of the lungs. And I'm reminded that above Carl Jung's door, the famous psychologist, there was a sign that hung that said, "Called or not, the gods are coming." And it's this reminder that in every human life, we are called into initiation. And so you might remember the initiation that brought you to yoga in the first place. It was maybe a crisis in your life. And we're all going to be called in some way. And your practice really honing you back into what is essential, what is necessary, what are you aligned with, what are your values, and can you live those? First and foremost, inside of yourself, how you talk to yourself, how you treat yourself, how you show up. And then off the mat and in our world and how we connect with each other. Give it one last little twist. Gaze forward first, and then whichever variation you have, release the bind, turn the torso forward, feel that unwinding. Just might be some sensation in the spine, some warmth, some tingling. And then leaning to the left, now reach the right leg straight forward, setting up for Janu Shirsasana. So kind of like seated tree pose, sole of the left foot to the inner right thigh, a slight twist now to the right. Lift the arms up, take an inhale. And exhale, fold your way out and down until your body tells you where to stop. And then maybe close your eyes once again and go inside of yourself and focus on what matters most. And just reminding yourself, you carved this time out to be here today. So the to-do list, the people you maybe share your home or your space with, they can wait just a little while longer. You're so close. You know, too often we give up at the end. We stop before completion. And so maybe one of the ways that you build your resilience, that you build your window of tolerance, is by seeing your commitments through. And can you see this practice through all the way to the end, all the way to the very, very end? And so you might have to breathe through some discomfort, some irritability or agitation. And just really knowing that that can be there. It doesn't have to go away. You don't need to change anything. And can you anchor your attention into a place that feels good or at least neutral to be with? So that might be your breath. It might be a place in the body that's feeling really nourished. It might just be the sitting bones on the ground. And on an inhale, roll all the way up. And then lean to the right, line the right shin up with the top of the mat. Take the top of the left foot, draw the left foot back behind you, so now the left knee is bent. We'll take this twist on the second side. Right hand behind the low back, left hand outside the right knee as you twist to the right. Remembering that if the right knee is healthy, depending on the body, you could cradle the top of the right foot to the top of the left thigh, wrapping the right arm behind you, catching the top of the foot for the bind. It's an option. It is not necessary. And in fact, I would just really encourage you today, if you have a tendency to do the thing that's hardest, what if instead you did the thing that felt really good and spacious? You know, depending on our personalities, for some of us, it's actually backing off that is the harder thing to do, the harder modification. And we might even call that the advanced practice. And so maybe close the eyes and breathe. You're held. You're not alone. You're safe. You're being held by this community. You're being held by this practice. And even if it's just for a breath, just for a moment, can you let yourself soften into that? And give it one last little squeeze. Gaze forward first. Release the bind, turning the torso forward. Take a second to let the spine return to neutrality, and then you just might notice warmth in the muscles surrounding the spine. Any kind of sensations that you can name. They're not good or bad. You're just noticing the sensations. And then leaning to the right, reach the left leg straight ahead. Janu Sirsasana on the second side, sole of the right foot to the inner left thigh. Inhale, lift the arms up, slight twist to the left, and exhale, fold your way out and down. And in these practices, I've taken such solace in one of the lines from the great text, the Bhagavad Gita, which says that the wise let go of results, whether good or bad, and focus on action alone. And so right now, the one action you can take is this pose you're in and imbuing it with breath. Can you just focus on that? It's not about getting anywhere. It's not about getting your forehead to your shin. It's not about achieving anything. Can you be in the state of yoga, of asana, of sitting still inside this moment, this breath? Thoughts can come and go, sounds can come and go, and still you stay. Last few moments. On an inhale, roll all the way up. Take your right hand outside of your right knee, send your right leg straight. And then if you have your bolster, or if you prefer your block nearby, grab it, recline onto your back, knees bent, feet flat, lift the hips up and slide either your bolster or your block underneath the sacrum. And if you're on a block, I'm going to suggest that it's at the lowest or the medium height today. So coming into a supported version of bridge pose. And this is a restorative yoga posture. You could stay like this, spreading the arms. And depending on your back, if you wanted to extend the legs towards straight, coming into full extended supported bridge, you could do that. And then as you land here, we're going to move through a little bit of Viloma. It's a type of pranayama. So take a deep inhale through the nose. Open the mouth as you exhale. And then through the nose, inhale halfway and pause at the halfway point. Then keep inhaling. Fill the body with breath and pause at the top. And open the mouth, exhale all the breath out. 2 more times like that. Inhale halfway and pause. Keep inhaling all the way until the collarbones fill with breath, and pause at the top when you're full. And open the mouth, exhale. All the breath out. One last time, inhale halfway and pause. Keep inhaling all the way full and pause. And exhale all the breath out. And then easy breath in. Easy breath out. In your own time, rebend your knees, place your feet flat to the floor. If you have a block, lift your hips and slide it to the side. If you have a bolster or pillow, lift your hips and slide it forward until it's underneath your knees. And then let the knees be supported by your bolster as you lay your head back, coming into now a supported version of Shavasana. Take a final deep breath in through the nose all the way up. And open the mouth, exhale. And stay as you lay your body to rest. And the time that many of the yogis say is the most important part of the practice. Everything that came before falls away. Everything that's going to come after falls away. In this space of allowance, of integration, taking a full and final rest. And if you have time today to stay and take a longer rest, I really hope you do. Otherwise, if you're needing to transition, maybe the eyes could stay closed as you bend the knees and roll to one side, cradling the head. And in your own time, pressing down into the hands and rising back up to a final seat. And crossing the legs and joining the hands at the space of the heart as you bow the chin. And taking refuge in your practice. This place that is always here for you to bring you back home to what is necessary, to what is essential. And today, may you take time for joy. Maybe that's listening to something that makes you laugh, or watching something that's a little lighthearted, going outside, letting the wind, the sun touch your face, and to remember that there is goodness, that you are not alone. And knowing that what happens on your mat stays in your life, may it come with you today, inhaling your thumbs to your forehead for clarity of thought, your fingertips to your lips for thoughtfulness of speech, and your hands to your heart for consistency of action, allowing your practice to guide you through everything you are thinking, saying, and doing. Take a final deep breath in through the nose and open your mouth, exhale. Namaste. Thank you so much for showing up, for doing your practice today. So honored, so humbled to share this time with you. And just always a reminder that if you like the longer practices, you can follow the link below to Inner Dimension Yoga, where when you join, your first 10 days are free. I have a brand new program coming out September 24th that are all 45-minute practices. Some other new programming coming out that are going to be longer than that, longer practices. So just that place for us where we can share and connect. Thank you again, and I look forward to continuing to share this path with you, both on and off the mat.